Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Shooting the with Yankee. As always, I'm Yankee, so let's start shooting. Today's topic is there a gun manufacturer that you think is just the bee's knees, but other people don't seem to appreciate? A manufacturer that you think should be right up there with Glock, Smith & Wesson, whatever, but they just don't seem to get the praise they deserve, in your opinion. Let me know what those are. Now, I think there's, lots of manufacturers that don't get the praise they deserve. And one of them is Kimber. Kimber makes some great 1911s. People love to slam them, and they love to say things like, "Oh, my gun dealership tells me that they get twice as many Kimbers back as they do Colts that have problems with them." Well, first off, I'm like, why are they taking them to the dealer? You usually call the manufacturer. But even let's say they're taking them to the dealer when they got a problem and you're getting twice as many Kimbers as you do Colts back. Well, how many more Kimbers do you sell in Colts? Well, usually it's like 5 times as many. So that actually means they're twice as reliable. So people just can't do math. So Kimber is one of the most maligned manufacturers out there. But to be honest, I really think one of the most underestimated ones and underappreciated ones is Taurus. They provide people with more affordable revolvers that work just fine. I've never had a Taurus that didn't work just fine if you cared for it. If you did proper maintenance, kept it clean. I've never had a problem with one. A Taurus saved my life in Birmingham, Alabama. Remember that video? My gun saved my bacon, that I'll link in the upper corner of this video if I remember to do it. That was a Taurus revolver back when I didn't have enough money to be buying Smith & Wessons. So I think Taurus is probably the actual answer to that, but Kimber is very maligned too. Now let's go over and see what other people got to say. Hopefully they'll come up with some things that I didn't think of. I got to do a couple first that came in during our last chat before YouTube was screwing with us, and we had to restart where they had banned a lot of people from my channel and turned off the live chat and all this other stuff for people. So had to deal with that. So I got to get to a couple of chats that came in before that. And before I do that, I want to remind everyone, if you want to help the channel out and help us stay alive, even though YouTube's doing this stuff, banning hundreds, if not thousands of viewers, go on over to TYMPpistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner. You can buy merchandise to support the programs we run. You can become a Subscribe Star supporter, a Patreon supporter. You don't got to do $10, $20 a month. Do $2 a month if that's what you can afford. You may not notice $2 a month. I'm sure you won't. But enough of you do that. Well, that might be setting a broken leg on an animal. That might be a parvo treatment for a puppy. That might be spaying or neutering for a cat to control the unwanted cat population. It might not be much to you or by itself, but if enough people do it, we can make a difference with it. So go on over, same website, tympistolproject.com, sign up to be a patron or Subscribe Star member or buy merch, or you can sign up someone for Handguns for Heroes, which has started back up, or you can sign yourself up for TYMPP if you're so in need. And also just subscribe to the channel and hit that bell and select all on notifications. If you select some, you'll get none, so select all. With that being said, let's get to these questions. I don't understand the first part of this. It says only found them USEF now. Oh, I think he's meaning FEG out of Hungary. I think they may be USEF or AF or something now. Hungary, I carried their high power clone and Makarov clone for years. The FEGs. Yes, I saw a lot of FEGs at one point. And they were always like, I would see them in ads for like gun shops, and it'd be like the FEG, and it'd be like $230, like something really affordable. Weatherby says Practical Bacon. I've been real happy with my 243 Winchester Vanguard, friend's gift from a few years ago. I think I have a Vanguard, and my 12 gauge Element semi-auto shotgun. So Weatherby, he thinks Weatherby is underappreciated. Are they still around, Weatherby? I'm not even sure they're still around. And then we got Mark L chiming in, and he said they're more common today, but CZ overall. Yeah, CZ took a long time to start getting some recognition, but I think nowadays people are putting them right up there with Beretta and stuff like that. But for the longest time, they didn't. We didn't even have them around here. In fact, I saw Tangfolios or EEAs before I saw CZs. which are basically clones of the CZs, and they were more prevalent around here than CZs. It took me a long time to catch on to the CZ craze. Porthos says, I think Kimber is good lately. Kimber's always been pretty good. I mean, they might have had a downturn or a misstep here and there, but in general, their 1911s have always been good. And I like some of their newer guns, like the little Mako and stuff like that. Those are good little guns. They're little tiny guns. Those are good little guns. You can't really slam. People who slam Kimber, I think, are just bad at math. Johnny Mandrick said, CZ is underrated by general public and Taurus by gun community. That's true. The gun community loves to shit on Taurus, even though they are a very viable alternative to Smith & Wesson and Ruger. Now, I'm not going to say buy them over Smith & Wesson and Ruger unless you need to. But if you find a good deal on a Taurus that fits your budget and you think will do you good, I bet it will do you good because their revolvers are very good. And nowadays, their semi-autos are catching right up. I've given away so many G3Cs, and looking at those newer ones that they got out now, it's not funny. So I think they're definitely underrated. Pigar says, Kel-Tec 22 long rifle lineup. It's working now. Yeah, I don't believe that for a minute. I think you're propaganda from Pigar there. Misinformation. How do we label things misinformation? Can I get Google in on this? Can they slap a little label on that? Porto says, at least Superstar seems okay now. I think YouTube doesn't like your stash. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't like it. This mustache does anger people, which is why I've kind of considered keeping it, because it does piss people off. So what do y'all think? Should I keep it? I should do a poll. Should I keep it? Maybe tomorrow, if I'm here, we'll do a poll. Should I keep this? Well, no, it'll be too late then. I'll have shaved it off. Here, I'll put a poll in right now. Something we'll do as part of this. Should I shave the stash? Keep the stash is what I'm going to say. Keep the stash. So, yes, if you think I should keep it. No, if you think I should get rid of it. So I put a poll in there. Go over and respond to it. We'll read it at the end when we do the drawings. Paul Rollerson says, Henry and PSA. Nice new look. Sans beard. See, he likes the mustache. Henry, I don't know if I'd consider him underrated, because I think people who appreciate him know how good they are. But I guess maybe a lot of people don't know about them. I think more people know more about Marlin rifles than Henry rifles. At PSA, definitely. I mean, the ones I've had, we've had like 3 now. And every one of them, especially the ones like the dagger in almost every way is better than the Glock. But when you say that, people freak the fuck out. Oh, no way. What do you think is so special about the Glock? It's a very simple, cheaply made gun. I like them, but in many ways, the PSA beats them in features and design and cost and everything else. The frames are definitely better on the PSAs. Sorry, but they're just better. Mikey D used his member chat to say, I've tried to say many times Taurus, people still talk bad about them for years ago, then probably RIA. RIA, that's a good underrated gun maker. Taurus, like I said, though, that's one of the ones I agree with 100%, especially the revolvers. And now, like I said, the what you call them are getting better. Mr. Furley said, Mossberg shotguns are great, but often overlooked. Well, people somehow think Remington are better. They're like, oh, if I get a Mossberg, I got the bargain basement Remington. Oh, no, Mossbergs are fine. Get you a good Mossberg shotgun. They'll get you a Maverick if you want one, but Mossbergs are fine. Of course, nowadays there's so many shotguns coming out of Turkey that are kind of cool. It's a lot more competition for the Mossbergs than the Remingtons nowadays. Daniel Mann said, I said CZ earlier, but I also don't see enough Beretta appreciation either. I think Beretta, in some way, some people are going to say, how can you say the Beretta when the 92 is one of the most iconic guns ever made? Well, they make more than just that. The APX, I think, is one of the most underrated guns on the market by far. And I saw Grab a Gun the other day had the APXs for like $200. Like it was like $198. for the little APX. I'm like, why do I not have money right now? And why are we not doing TY and Triple P right now? Because I'd have bought them for that. So we're doing handguns for heroes right now. So I think there could be an argument made for Beretta being overlooked a lot. I ordered the Ruger American in 7.62 by 3.9. Supposed to pick it up on Thursday. I got it through my LGS I go to, not online. Well, that's nice that you did that, but you're still kind of a cunt because you got a new gun and I didn't. What'd you get me? I don't think you got me anything. Be willing to bet. Probably not even a patch or something. Who is your favorite Transformer? Well, that doesn't have really anything to do with this chat, but Bumblebee by far. He's my favorite. I mean, I like him even better than Megatron and Optimus Prime. Bumblebee's my favorite. He's small, but he's the most fierce fighter in the group. In fact, they list him in all the role-playing games and stuff my son's in play, that he's only second to Optimus Prime in ability, fighting ability, strategy, all these things. I love it. Plus, he's a Camaro. And he used to be a Volkswagen Beetle, and I love the Volkswagen Beetles. Now he's a Camaro. I like both those cars. So, Bumblebee. Aaron Talks Firearms says, Beretta, even their polymer guns are good. Well, there's another Beretta. And like I said, I think you can make that argument that even though they make one of the most iconic guns ever, the 90 series guns, the 92s, the 96s, the M9s, and all that stuff, one of the most iconic guns you'll ever see. But people ignore so much of the rest of their line, especially things like their shotguns and everything else. They get ignored by the average everyday guy. And we got one more person weighing in here now, and it is State Hats, who I think was blocked earlier and now is unblocked. IWI, they even made a Baby Eagle. Masada's cool too. The IWI, I think, did make some cool guns. The Baby Eagles I liked a lot, and I also liked the stainless one they made there for a while. That was rare. Very nice gun. But yeah, that does it for us today. That's the last person weighing in. So what do you think out there in YouTube land? What do you think is a manufacturer you love that is highly underrated? Put it in the live chat. Let us see what you think. And if you want to weigh in on one of these topics in person, come into the live chat. We do them every day at 6 p.m. Maybe not tomorrow because I don't know if I'll be back in time, but I'm going to try. Maybe I'll pull alongside the road and do it if I have to. But come to the live chats. We do them every day. We'd love to hear from you. Come on in, be part of the group. And don't just sit back and hide. Actually come in and talk. Become part of the little cabal over here. Otherwise, thanks everybody for participating. I appreciate it. I will see you all again tomorrow, hopefully. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again.